right, everyone. Welcome to Tech Tuesday. Today we are going over the top AI EdTech tools. If Josh could make me a co-presenter, that would be great.
Yes, that might help, right? Give me 1 second here. Okay, you should be good now.
All right, so we're going to go through a few of our commercials, and then I will turn it over to Josh, who will be talking about AI. So we are the technology integration team. We have Isabel with us. Her camera's not on. My name is Sherry Harris. I'm an instructional technology coordinator, and with me I have Josh Voiles as well. Hey, Josh, can you mute yourself? There's a little bit of an echo.
Sorry.
Thank you. And we are the technology integration team. If you have any questions over GoGuardian, Nearpod, CleverTouch, or just want to look at a long list of past Tech Tuesdays, you can go to our website at www.midlandisd.net/iTech, and you will get all of this information. We also have an instructional technology newsletter, which just went out today. Today's newsletter was all about gamifying for STAR, just getting ready for your STAR test in a couple of weeks, as well as reviewing all of the past TEKs and all of that. If you would like to, you can just scan that QR code or go to www.midlandisd.net/tech newsletter for that newsletter. And you will also see all of the past newsletters on there as well. And then you can get credit now for our Tech Tuesdays. So we have SPEC and CPE credit that is available on Eduphoria for today's sessions. So I already have it pulled up. If you stay throughout the training, I will award you credit. And all of this, all of the SPEC credit and CPE credit goes through for your teaching certification. Okay, and if you haven't enrolled, there is a link in the chat that Josh put down, and you can enroll. So, oh, I thought I was done. I am not done. You can also follow us. Follow MISD Technology on X, or what was known as Twitter, and at Midland ISD Tech. And all we do there is we push out all the tech. I can't talk today. All of Tech Tuesdays coming up, and just give some cool reminders about technology in a classroom. Okay.
Absolutely.
And now it's Josh's turn to talk.
Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate the commercials there. So today I'm really excited. So today's Tech Tuesday is all mine. And today what I'm bringing you today is just some really cool artificial intelligence. As you all know, especially if you keep up with the newsletter and some of that stuff, we always try to stay on the cutting edge of what's going on with artificial intelligence. As past teachers, it all is very important to us. And so there are some things that you know, if you just do a Google search on AI for teachers, you're going to find some of the same old stuff. I wanted to bring 2 or 3 things to you today that I thought were a little unique. You know, some of them you may have heard of before. I'm sure at least one of them you haven't. So I'm just going to go through some slides here. It's just a quick overview of what we're going to look at, and then I'll actually switch over and show you and kind of walk you through what we're going to be looking at. So the first thing that I want to show you is there's a lot of AI stuff that's been integrated into Canva. So if you use Canva, I'm sure you already know some of these. I'm just picking out some ones that I thought were cool. I wanted to show you guys something called Magic Media. So Magic Media is an app inside of Canva where you can change text to image. You can also do text to video. And then another really cool tool in Canva is something called Magic Write. And so you can make really cool visuals, really cool things that can go into your presentations. Say if you're presenting to the students or having them do or they can even do it themselves. And then Magic Write is a kind of a tool that you can go from a prompt. And Adrienne says Canva is my favorite generative AI platform. I love it. I love it. So there's some really cool stuff you can do. So yeah, you can go from a quick draft quickly to a paragraph summarize, or you can expand on text that you have. Very useful. Like I said, text to image, text to video. Visualize your video and turn it into a reality. Describe what you're after, and watch Magic Media generate short videos that suit your design. All right. Second thing I wanted to show you is this was the one I was hoping that you hadn't heard of because I thought it was really cool and that I found it. It's something called Brisk Teaching. And Brisk, sort of like some of the other things that we've presented before, Isabel actually had gone over things like Magic School and some of those. There's probably going to be some overlap here because a lot of these tools are trying, they're doing some of the same stuff. I just really liked it. And the cool part is Brisk is free for teachers. So I'll show you that here in just a second. I'm not going to be able to go through everything on Brisk because there's so much, but these are just 2 or 3 or 4 of the things that I thought were really cool. You can create curriculum, quizzes, administrative tasks, and a lot more. Content created with Brisk integrates seamlessly with the Google Workspace. To me, that's huge because as teachers, we're always working with Google Docs and such. And the students are presenting in Google Slides and Google Docs as well. You can give feedback. That's something that's huge to me as a teacher. I always struggled to give feedback, targeted feedback to students. We didn't use Google Classroom. We used something else called Echo. And yeah, I will definitely show you here how to access that here in just a second. I really think you're going to love it. So you can give feedback. It automatically aligns to your rubrics and integrates directly with Google Docs, Google Comments, as I had said before. Another really cool part. Okay, guys, I'm like, slow down, Josh. Another really cool part. If you know me, Isabel and Sherry can vouch for what I'm saying here. I'm really, really big on being able to detect AI just as much as I am using AI for all of the cool things that it has to offer as well. So I kind of have the mentality that AI is a double-edged sword in that sense. And we want to make sure that we're giving teachers that tool as well. So guess what? You can actually inspect writing. Now, I'm going to be honest, I don't know if it's as good as some of the other tools, but I'm sure with Brisk Teaching, just like with any of them, they're working on that every day to get that to be able to detect when a student is using. But I just liked the fact that it had an inspector built into it, so you can use that once again with Google Docs and stuff. And then another thing I thought was really cool is you can modify reading levels and translate text with Brisk as well. Okay, and the third thing that I want to show you is probably a lot of you are already using Edpuzzle. Once again, go back to our YouTube archive of Tech Tuesday. We've done ones over Edpuzzle before. Today, all I'm zoning in on for today is something called Teacher Assist. Now, with Teacher Assist, I thought this was really cool. There's actually an AI question generator, and it also has an auto grade feature. So once the students complete those tasks, those quizzes, you can actually go back and auto grade those. But what I thought was really cool was the question generator. So information is pulled from a video, and if you use Edpuzzle, you know that Edpuzzle basically is a platform all around being able to work with YouTube videos. But what it does is it will analyze that video and it will auto generate questions for you. You can also put in your own questions. It's really cool. So I'll show you. Let's just jump into it. How does that sound? So I'm going to go ahead. We're going to start with Canva. And so I'm going to share the tab. Now, just in case you didn't know, and I left all of these links in the chat, so you can go in there and follow these. Now, Magic Studio is not so much, it sounds like a place where you go to get all the tools. It's really not. The Magic Studio homepage is just canva.com/magic. And all it is kind of a page on their website that shows you all of the different AI that you can do. But a lot of these tools are actually built in when you actually start designing. So it's not actually on this page, but it's a great place to start in case you want to look at all of it. Because like I said, we're not going to get to all of them. But just you can see here, there's something called Magic Design where you can use it to actually design with the AI. There's something called Magic Switch, which is really cool. Here's the thing I'm going to show you, the text to video and then Magic text to image. There's Magic Expand, Magic Grab, Magic Animate, Magic Eraser, Magic Morph. Okay, all of these are kind of AI. It's being integrated into it. There's Magic Write. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to switch over to, I'm going to go to the Canva homepage, or the My Canva page. And I'm going to, I think you guys can see that, right? Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up a template here that I had been working with for this example. And I got to share this tab. Okay, hopefully you all can see it. Now, if you didn't know this, there's a solar eclipse. It's a total solar eclipse coming up this weekend. And I thought that'd be a cool example to use, like if you're a teacher doing like a presentation with your students. So I have this really simple um, uh, presentation template that I had been using that kind of goes over different things about different types of eclipses and stuff. It's kind of a cool example. So here on this last page, I've got this slide about a solar eclipse from Mars. And it was kind of goofy because to me, it's not really a solar eclipse because there you can see I grabbed from Google this the actual photograph that the Mars rover took of the moon Phobos, which is goofy, right? It just looks like a rock. All right. So Mars's moon Phobos uh, passing in front of the sun, and it took pictures of that. So, but I thought that would be something cool that might interest students. But this picture, even though this is the real picture, it's I wanted something that would capture the students' imagination. So that's where I'm going to use the magic text to image and text to video. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to scroll down to this apps. Okay. Once you use apps a couple times in a row, it will automatically kind of um, put a shortcut to there. But just in case you can't find it, you'll just go over to apps. You can also search for it, but it's very popular. So it should be right there at the top. So there's Magic Media. So I'm going to click on Magic Media. And right here it says describe what you'd like to create. So I'm just going to say Mars rover looking at solar eclipse. Enter. Okay, so now what it's doing is the AI is working in the background. It's generating a completely unique, original image for us to use. And you can see there's this progress bar, and it's going to give us 3 or 4 options to go with right off the bat. So, and every time it does something new, and you can use all of these if you want. This one looks really cool right here. Actually, I'm going to use this one. This one looks really cool. And now I've got this frame that I can actually just drop that right into that frame. And I thought that was really cool. All right. So now to do the text to video, you just switch over to the video tab. Okay. And actually what I can do is copy and paste that same prompt over to the video. Now this might take a while. And you just click generate video. So it says grab your popcorn, a brand new video inspired by your scene is being generated. It should be ready in 1 to 2 minutes. So that might take a second. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that cook for a second. I'm going to go back to my home page and let's go ahead and check out Magic Write while that is going. And so I have another template here that I was kind of working with so that I could show you Magic Write. And hopefully everyone can see that one now. Okay, so basically what it does is it's kind of taking us through the steps. And what we would do is we just select and what's cool about Magic Write is it works on any kind of template. It can be any kind of template anywhere in Canva where you're working with text and you have a box with text. All you have to do is click on the box, and it says to click Magic Write. So this Magic Write option kind of pops up at the top. And from that, we get this drop down. There's a few different ones. We've got continue writing, so that will add. We've got summarize, which will kind of minus or collapse that down into a shorter paragraph. You can rewrite. You can do more fun or sprinkle fairy dust, which kind of is a funny one. It just kind of makes it more fun. And there's also a more formal as well. So you can go in either direction. So what I'm going to do, let's just try sprinkle fairy dust and see what that does. So it says kudos culture. Okay. In the realm of kudos culture, a sanctuary where valor and dedication are honored with celestial reverence. So as you can see, it just kind of spices up whatever you have. If you don't like that, all you have to do is just click on this undo and it'll go back to your original text. All right, so let's click on Magic Write again. and let's just do continue writing. And I want you to see this is the AI once again in the background working, and it gives me this huge, right? So now what I can do is you might have to take your text box and shrink it down. And so if you know how to kind of edit with the designer in Canva, then you kind of know how to do that. But so that basic, obviously that expanded on our text. Let's undo that. I want to try the other one, and you can always go back, which is great. Okay, let's highlight the text again, magic right. Let's try summarize. Okay, so summarize is supposed to keep it short, but it was already short. And so as you can see, that's basically what it does. So very, very useful. Magic Write is a really cool tool in my opinion. And here you can see I actually grabbed that prompt from the other slide deck that I was working on about the eclipse for my students. And as you can see, it's talking about the whole NASA Perseverance rover looking at the solar eclipse on Mars. And so I can actually use Magic Write, and you can see it's cool. It actually gives you the source, and we can let's do more fun. So it's going to analyze that text, and it kind of made it more simple, which was cool. It says Earth isn't the only one hosting a cosmic show. So as you can see, it takes that, it rewords it, and the AI does usually a pretty good job of doing that. So I thought that was really cool. So now let's go back to our solar eclipse. I'm going to share this other tab and check it out. This is the video that it gave, and you can rate the video. We can click it, and it will add that right to our presentation. We can click play and check that out. Is that cool? You can kind of see the shadow moving, and usually that's what it'll do is it'll kind of just create a little animation, and what we can actually do is drop that right into our frame and kind of pan that over to the side, and right away we've got just this amazing slide. We can use the Magic Write to rework our text, and the Magic video, the AI video, to really give the students an interesting visual to look at to capture their attention. I thought that was awesome. All right. So now let's go ahead. Let's move on to Brisk. I think this is what a lot of you have been waiting for. All right. So Brisk, I thought this was so cool. Right off the bat, what I want you to know is that it's free for educators. So you can click on that right there. It'll have you go through the little where you have to put in like your district email, but it's really easy. So I'm not going to go through that. Another thing that you want to do is add to Chrome. So if you click on add to Chrome, this is kind of what it looks like. You have to add it to your Chrome if you want it to work with all of the Google Docs and everything. But it's really easy. I've already added it on there, and it kind of takes you through. That's actually where I got the slides. So, but let's just dive in. So one of the things here, and here's somebody coming in. Okay, great. One of the things that I wanted to show right off the bat, if we scroll down, what's really cool about their homepage is that it actually kind of goes through some of this stuff for you. And since I've already gone through this, let me reset this page. I'm thinking, oh, there we go. Okay, since I had gone through it for the last Tech Tuesday, it was still at the end of that. So
Josh, change your tab.
Whoops, thank you so much. Thank you. I forget to switch my tabs. Okay, so let's scroll down here. This was the first thing I wanted to show you was the example of how to change the reading level. Okay, so once you install the Brisk, it's going to pop up on the side of your web pages. So you can see this is an example. This would be like an example of a science website. Okay, and the text says Mars sample return missions could reduce tensions with China on Earth. It's like an article. Okay, the U.S. may not beat China at retrieving Martian rocks first, according to an independent review board's conclusion, but the United States can still lead with an exchange of samples here on Earth. So that's at a certain reading level. Obviously, I'm not sure what it is, but let's just say we want to make it more simple for the students, right? So you would just click on your little Brisk button and you open up that menu, and this is what it would look like as you were on that web page. So you can see right off the bat, it's already giving us some different options, but we're just going to click on change level. And it's really neat because as you can see, you can select which grade you want and the language. Sorry, which grade and language that you want, and then you just click change reading level. So now the AI opens that up in a doc. It changed the reading level, and you can see here it says simpler mission to bring Mars rocks back by 2028 or 2030. That mission might return samples before the American one. So it's making it the language a lot easier for the students in 8th grade to understand, right? Instead of reading this complex. So what's really cool is almost any article that you can think of is now available to you to share with your students. And to me, that's powerful. And right off the bat, it's already changed the reading level. And now it's already giving us other options. So it says, let's create a quiz based on the text we created. So we can click on create a quiz. Once again, you can choose the level. You can choose multiple choice and how many questions you want it to be. And then click next. So I'll show you guys. Well, actually, let's go ahead. Let's just try it. And then you can choose it if you want it to be a Google Doc or a brand new Google form. And let's just go ahead and click this button that says brisket. All right, check that out. Isn't that cool? So whoops. You would just scroll through, and it went ahead and created this this for me. And now, and I guess it's also going to show us what it would look like on the Google Doc as well. And we can choose so you can see it's taking me on through all. It's trying to kind of show me all of the features, but that's kind of what it would look like. Okay, and so I want to actually move on now. I just thought that was really cool. You know, you can change the reading level. Let's go on. There's this other really cool part right here. If we go back to the top, you can see there's this button that says see all 30 plus tools. And let me share that tab, make sure you guys can see that. All right, so there's different sections. There's educator favorites, create instructional materials. You've got targeted feedback, AI quiz, lesson plan, okay, syllabus. There's an email writer. This is for administrative tasks. I thought that was pretty cool. Down here at the very bottom, you can see there's that inspector. So you can inspect the student writing. So let's just try that. And once right off the, let me see. Oops, that opened up a video. Maybe I clicked on the wrong thing here. Try it. Okay, so that's just taking me to a video. Let's try the targeted feedback. That was another one that I wanted to show. And we'll open up this tab, and it's asking me if I want to make a copy. It's giving me like a sample document, so that's kind of neat. And I'm guessing this is going to be like a student, almost like a student essay, right? So here we've got this student essay example of The Great Gatsby. All right, very cool. And right off the bat, you can see I'm in my Google Docs, but there's my Brisk tool right there at the bottom. It's not really in the way either. I love that. And you can see there's different options already. So I'm just going to choose the targeted. It says Google Doc comments aligned to your rubric and standards. So let's try that. And I wish you guys could see that. I wish I could zoom in. It's not letting me zoom in, but if you can see right there, it's really small in the corner. It's allowing me to choose the grade and the kind of feedback, right? And then I can specify a focus of my feedback, and then I can change the language once again. And I'm just going to go ahead and try it. I'm just going to click brisket. That's making me hungry. So it's generating right there, and you can see here it's actually putting the comments in for me, like my comment. And obviously, I think I should be able to edit that if I wanted to, but it's actually giving the feedback. And so that's kind of crazy, guys. I'm not gonna lie, that's pretty crazy. So I'm gonna go ahead and click stop generating. And I can go in and I can still leave my own feedback or edit this feedback and then click comment. Amazing, right? Okay, so I thought that was really cool. Let's go in there. I don't know why the one that I wanted to show you all. Let me see. Let me go back. Let's go back to these tools here.
Josh, you have about 6 minutes.
Awesome. Thank you so much. There was that one other one, and what it did, it opened up that, I believe it was that same document, that same student one that I was showing you, but it was actually inspecting the writing. So anyways, because we're running out of time, I want to get to Edpuzzle, but as you can see, there's a lot of great stuff in here. You guys can basically check it out for yourself. You know, it's free for teachers. So That to me is the awesome part. So let's go ahead and move on to Edpuzzle. And actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to YouTube. So I'm going to share my tab. So once again, getting ready for the eclipse and teaching that to my students, I had been looking for some videos that I thought would be cool about solar eclipses to share. So I found this one. It's called Types of Solar and Lunar Eclipses. And the first thing you need to know right off the bat is before you can do this, you may be using Edpuzzle already and have your account and everything. But what you need to do is go and get the Edpuzzle extension for Chrome. Okay, so install that, and then you'll be able to do this. So you can see when you go to YouTube, I have this yellow button that says Edit with Edpuzzle. You have to install you have to install that extension first before you will see this yellow button. I was so confused when I was getting ready to show you guys because I have an Edpuzzle account and this button wasn't popping up and I didn't know why. I finally realized I had to install that extension. So you're just going to find the video that you like on YouTube, click the yellow Edit with Edpuzzle button, and it's going to open up a new tab. And so I'm going to share this tab. And so right off the bat, you can see it's giving me like a preview. Okay, I can go in here and I can trim this video.
Let's talk.
Whoops, I'm not going to do that though. And now, so everything looks great there. The part that I want to show you comes in right here on this tab. You can click on this tab called Questions. Okay, now this is the part where the AI comes in. So you can see over here on the side, it says Teacher Assist Beta. And what I can do is click this little AI magic wand, generate questions. And it's going to give me this drop down where I can choose open-ended, multiple choice, or both. Another quick tip that I had to learn the hard way was if you start off with open-ended, but then you later decide you want to add more multiple choice questions, what you would actually have to do is undo all of your questions, go back, and then choose both. So if you know that you want to do both, just click both from the beginning, because once you do one, it won't let you add the other one. I'm not sure why it's like that, but that's just how they did it. So I'm going to choose both. Okay. Now, it's pretty cool because what it has done, and sometimes I've noticed it does 2, it does 1, it does 3. It will give you, maybe it's because I started the video already, but it will generate questions for you. And so I'm going to go ahead and do multiple choice again. And so what's really cool is I can add my own questions now, but also right off the bat.
Welcome to Moo Moo Math and Science.
Whoops, right off the bat, it's generating question for me. And you can see it put that question right there on the timeline. And I can actually move that question anywhere that I want it to be on the timeline. So at that certain point, at 28 seconds, that question is going to pop up. And the question is, a blank eclipse only falls on a small area of the Earth. Do you guys know the answer to that question? I'm pretty sure it's astral.
Solar.
Oh, right. It's solar. Okay. So you can choose which one is going to be the correct answer. Click continue.
Difference between solar and lunar.
Okay. And so what's cool is that is the one the AI added for me. Okay. And then what I could do is let's say I wanted to add another open-ended question. So I can add my own questions. Click save. And you can see right there on that little teardrop is my second question. Okay. So, and you can add as many as you want. So I thought that was so cool. I'm going to click continue.
Or sim.
And so right there, we've got questions, and we can go ahead and click finish. And now it's ready to be assigned. And I can assign that to my astronomy class, and I can even link that to my Google Classroom. So I thought that was really, really cool. If it's only generating like one question, you can always go back and then go into that again and try to get it to generate more questions for you. And actually, once you go in and click the little magic wand, it should generate AI generate questions. And so then we can just click next. And then obviously that's taking me through the rest of the how you would assign to a class, which once again we cover in some of our other Tech Tuesday videos. So guys, I thought that was so cool. Just wanted to share that, share those tools with you. just some artificial intelligence stuff that I thought was really cool. Real quick, I'll go over back to my presentation. And just so you know, there are some other tools that we have covered. If you missed those Tech Tuesday, go back to the Tech Tuesday over AI and some of the ones that we've done over. We've covered some of these other tools as well. Some very well-known tools are EduAid. That's an AI-driven platform that helps educators create lessons. I think that's one that Isabel has talked about. There's Magic School as well. That's a very popular one. You can create lessons, assignment design, assessing, all of that. Oh, another really cool thing that Magic School does is IEP writing. Another one that I really love is Monica AI. And so Monica is really cool because you can, it's right there on the side. Actually, I'm going to give myself away here. You see all these text boxes inside of this slide? These are created with Monica. So Monica will actually work on your Google homepage. And whenever you do a search, I just typed in Magic School AI on Google, and Monica gave me a short synopsis. And I actually wanted to tell y'all that so that you could actually see the power. And I kind of took some screenshots there of what it looks like. So give these a try. All of these tools are great. It's going to help you as a teacher. So with that being said, hopefully I didn't keep you guys too long. I'll hand it back off to Sherry.
If there are no questions, you can feel free to go, or you can stick around. Just a reminder, we have another Tech Tuesday coming up next week, and that is over choice boards. Thanks for joining us, guys.